welcome to Sekou Style. This is your man Sekou Kesley, enlightening and empowering one video at a time. Hey, today we're going to be talking about the European Union and the African Union Summit. All right, are you ready? All right. Hey, before we get into the video, please, I'm begging you, please, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you're, your family already, make sure you click that like button. Make sure you also do what? Share or comment, so the YouTube algorithm could boost us up and more people could see what we are doing here. All right, hey guys, please do that. I'm begging you, please. One love. Now let's get into the video. African Union and the European Union had a summit in Belgium on February 17 and 18. So it was a 2-day summit in Belgium, which is in Europe. And the summit, I think overall was a success. But let's focus on what was some of the outcome and what was the aim of the meeting. So let's do that. So the aim of the meeting was really, according to the official website, or the European Union official website, the aim of the meeting, it says the EU and African leaders agree on a joint vision for a renewed partnership. That was one of the aim, and that was one of the major agreement out of it. So that renewed partnership, EU and Africa is going to go through a renewed partnership. The aim of the partnership are solidarity, security, peace, and sustainable and sustain economy, development, and prosperity for the citizens of the two unions today and in the future, bringing together people, regions, and organizations. So that was the aim. All right. So what was one of the major outcomes of this meeting, the 2-day meetings? So one of the major outcomes that we could tell out of this meeting was that Africa-Europe investment package. The package of the European Union pretty much came out with a package of, or at least pledged, a package of $150 billion euro. $150 billion euro. Not the US, but euro. So that is aimed to support, certain key sectors in Africa that has to do with energy, transportation, and digital infrastructures. Also, when it comes to energy, they're talking about energy transitions. So we're looking at green energy, using the solar system in Africa that's already in abundance to create more energy. Also digital transformation to support connectivity across Africa, like network, so a lot of Africans could get online, internet services and stuff like that. Also, when you look at sustainable growth and decent job creation, they're talking about in this including investing in the creation of business ownership, especially for young Africans, like encouraging entrepreneurship. They also talk about transport. Transport is pretty much to connect the continent, because in Africa, those who do business in Africa, you would tell the continent, although it's a huge continent, but it's not really well connected. So the aim here is, other that money, to try to connect the continent. And also, again, they want to also help in the health sector, which is to support for, especially the pandemic readiness, such as the COVID vaccine and all these other good things. So a lot of good initiative, health security and equitable access to essential health services. So, in Africa, many people complain that in many African countries, the health system is deplorable. So the European Union is offering this money to be distributed to all these sectors. Also the education sector, you're talking about investing in inclusive and equitable quality education, including by promoting vocational education and training, also in regional level. So pretty much try to vocational school, inclusive education, not just the formal or the education system that we're used to. So they want to use this money to invest within the time frame of 7 years to invest in all these sectors with the African Union, of course. So this is a great news and a great thing for Africa, which is good. I mean, but the question now becomes, what is in it for Europe, right? Because as an African, we love to hear these kind of good news. But again, as we all know, there's no free lunch, right? If the European Union is partnering with Africa and is putting this forward within 7 years, what is in it for Africa? And what is in it for Europe also, right? What is in it for Africa? The initial short term is like, of course, I mean, basic, already mentioned all these things: internet connectivity, trade, transport, education, healthcare. All these things are huge. And also, not to forget, they also talk about security, helping capacity building within the security sector for African countries, which is also amazing. But what is in it for Europe? What is in it for Europe is pretty much Europe is, again, protecting her interests. It might sound naive to say, they're spending all that money for what? But it is for their own protection, because Europe is really realizing that, in order for her to maintain the standard of living that she has right now, is we have to keep investing in Africa in order for Africa to come out, so Europe can also benefit from it. Because the stable Africa is good for Europe. European, as always, when you look at history, Europe has exploited Africa from time immemorial. African country has been exploited by European country. They were the colonizers, so they have a lot to gain by investing this amount of money. And frankly, not to undermine their investment, it's good, it's a good initiative, but it's too little. It's little in a lot of ways. This investment, like African economy, the electric, we need power, electricity. Just in electricity alone, when you look at statistics that are coming out, anything less than $1 trillion to invest to get Africa electricity is little to none. You need a lot of money to invest in Africa. But nonetheless, Europe is doing what they can do. The health sector also need a lot more money than, the 150 billion. But nonetheless, they are trying their best. But what they have in it is really their own security, because when you look at the security sector, if African countries are not stable, guess what? The terrorists will use Africa as the training ground, or the base, to come and attack where? Europe and the West. So Europe have to spend that money into Africa. Also, when it comes to population control, European population is pretty much aging. Africa has a vibrant new generation. Young guys, one of the most vibrant or new young continent, right? Young people. More than half of African population is young, under 30. So you look at Europe, where a lot of the guys are older population, and the Europeans are actually not, born as they used to before. So that means what? They are vulnerable to the Africans. Africans could easily migrate through legal means or through the illegal means, which is happening right now in record number. So you could only push back so much, So it's Europe benefit to really invest what they are doing right now in Africa, to make sure that Africa is, at the better position to be able to help Europe, hopefully in the long run. Also, in terms of market, right? Market. Africa has the market. Africa, the population market, like European goods, European stuff will be sold where? In Africa. If you have a continent that is coming up and coming, young population, booming market, that's a booming market to create middle class in Africa is only ideal, and Europe is not far from Africa. It's only ideal to create this middle class, to create this vibrant economy, or at least some form of economy that they could be able to send their goods and product to be sold, because Africa up to now we haven't really get to a level where we are producing and exporting. Most of the time we are importing, we are buying from outsiders. So European countries, Western countries, China, they are all benefiting Africa as a market. They see Africa as another market, really expanding their empire, expanding their stuff. So it really is a win for Europe. But the sad thing here is, people want to picture it as a win-win situation, a win for Africa. It's kind of a win, but it's not really a major win for Africa, because, when you look at Africa, if Europe don't invest in what they're doing, Africa, regardless of what it is, it may be slow to get there, but they're gonna get there. One point in time, African countries will get the money, or at least have the capacity to be able to do some of the basic things that they need to do without really depending on the European countries, right? And also when you look at it, it is a win for Europe, because now it's still making African countries or African leaders in that dependency mindset. They have to stay dependent on Europe to give them this little money to go do all these things in their various country. So it's like, oh, come, we have a meeting. We're gonna give you money. Go do this in your country. Go do that in your country. So pretty much who's dictating the terms, right? Because we know, although Africa wants green revolution, they want to do things, but up to Africa, they want to be developed. Industrialization, they want to be advanced, they want to develop, they want to, get out there, they want to have power. But Europe is like, yeah, we're going to invest in the grain sector, we're going to invest in this sector. So it's still being dictated as to what to use, how the money is going to be used by the European. So again, that's what I said, it's no free lunch. Someone is giving you money, they're going to tell you, they're going to be terms and conditions as to how the money should be used, right? So it's not really free. Some European policies and involvement in Africa, one way or the other, led to what? Some of these instability in the region. So Europe is really trying to protect herself, and Africans are like, yeah, thank God we got all this money and we don't know what to do with it, but we need to be careful as to how we proceed. There's nothing free out there, and in order for us to, at the meeting, also another thing that was, I think it was fake sense of situation that was pushed was, the win-win situation, the mutual respect. We want to renew the partnership under a mutual respect. I don't believe that. No beggar, someone who begs, don't have respect. And in this situation, Europe always put Africa in the situation where it seems like Africa is the one begging for the money, right? We begging for that $150 billion to come to Africa. It's a good thing, but it's like we are put in a situation. Europe is giving you this. Oh, but we're giving you this to do this, to do this, to do that. So we are in a beggar situation. We're never gonna be respected in that situation. If you're gonna give Africa money, pay back for the colonialization that happened. I think South African presidents kind of echo that. And I really do believe that. And they need to pay back for colonialization. Colonizers, the former colonizers should pay. And that payment should be given with no condition. Whatever African countries do with it, that's up to them. They will invest where they want to invest. When that happens and they apologize for some of the crimes that were committed, although they could never pay back, but the effort, putting in place to give some money to say, okay, let's amend some of the things that happened. We're going to acknowledge it officially. We're going to apologize, and we're going to give a token of appreciation to the African countries so that they could be able to develop. We're going to sincerely help them without telling them what to do. We're going to direct, in a sense, like we're going to see, okay, let them tell us what they need and we help them with that. That's exactly what we need. Macky Sall, president of Senegal, he went there, he told them we need power. Africa needs power. We cannot develop without power. And kid you not, for us to get power, we need a lot of money. 150 billion euro is nothing. Even the Obama administration tried, but a couple of $1 billion is nothing towards, helping Africa obtain the power that she needs. Africa has to do it herself. But if you guys gonna come and act like you're gonna do it, do boom, right? We expect more than just that. And not to sound ungrateful, but you need to take responsibility. And if you have to come out with, mutual respect, mutual understanding. We are in this together. That spirit, it has to be genuine. It has to be, because we have a long history of European coming into the continent, colonizing the continent, taking what belongs to the people and using it against them. So, Jomo Kenyatta, the first president of Kenya, he said, they came with their Bible, and then they gave us the Bible, they took our land. So think about that. Now is a different format. Now they're coming with respect. They're gonna give you so-called respect, but then what are they gonna get in return? That's why African leaders should start thinking now. All right, it has been a pleasure chatting with you guys, but there are more to there. If you have any comment, please make a comment. Let's make this interactive, guys. Thank you so much for listening. This has been a great time. Log out. See you in the next video. Love and share this thing. Let's keep it rolling. All right. Peace and love. Take care.